Hello again. I've just travelled by car on a major highway for about 6 hours. It's intense, and as I travel along with the hordes of others, I'm struck by some of the features of how we deal with this experience. Cars weave in and out, aiming for the space in the traffic, aiming to get ahead. Their drivers staring intently ahead. Sometimes people signal their intentions. Other times they just go for it. You get the sense of resentment as people come up against a truck or lorry that's moving more slowly. Or perhaps it's a person who's staying within the guides of the speed limit, but slowing everyone down. This builds on my talk yesterday around focus. And it seems that everybody driving is hyper-focused. Amit Sood often talks about driving a car as being a metaphor for life. If we look too far ahead, we end up in the ditch. And looking behind us too far is also equally dangerous. So it is with us. Somehow we need to be able to retain an open awareness of where we are right now. We need to be able to not look beyond our headlights at night. And we need to also check our surroundings, our fellow travelers in life, and our transportation device, which again is our body. Our body has many operating systems, and one that we take for granted is that of the autonomic nervous system, which is basically the nervous system that drives many of our bodily functions. Driving down the highway, in all likelihood, we are in sympathetic overdrive. And if you step out of that fray, you're struck by how we are hurtling along. When you're in it, you don't necessarily notice that at all. Balancing out that sympathetic fight, flight, freeze occasionally system is the parasympathetic nervous system, which is operated in large part through the vagus nerve. The 10th cranial nerve, the vagus, is a cord that emerges from the wonderful medulla oblongata. What a name. Bilaterally, and journeys down the body from the brainstem down to our reproductive organs. On the way, it sends off branches to all of the significant endocrine glands, as well as the heart, the lungs, and the gut. In our modern world, we tend to be unaware of how this nerve is so important, except when we end up with tachycardia, which is a very fast heartbeat, churning stomach, or irritable bowel. The vagus is a two-way street. It connects the gut back to the brain as well. And it's not well understood because at its most distant parts, it's difficult to trace. It's so light and filamentous. Anyway, today I'd like to meditate a little on our vagus nerves. On to the next talk.